Welcome to Rauta's previews for coming gigs, this time focusing on very early 2026 Metal Cruise, the Nordic Metal Cruise, where I have been a part of the sailing crew, not as a crew member obviously, but part of the those cruises as audience as well as media since 2018. Now, I have always liked these cruises a lot because they combine you with handful of interesting bands to the very cruises and lots of friends, or at least like-minded people. But usually I end up meeting quite a few friends there too, and we are bound together not only by metal, but also, just traveling on those cruises as well as enjoying some beer and whatnot, good food included. Now, since I have been on many of those cruises, I've also got to interview quite a few bands on those, and this next one coming up is no exception. And this time there's a bonus thing for me personally, because actually we are playing there, and by I mean Nightside. So without further ado, let's give a go for Nordic Metal Cruise 2026, which takes place in February 7th and 8th, leaving from Turku, the West Coast city I live in, Finland, going to Stockholm and then back. Now this trip takes roughly about 22 hours, officially kind of like 24 hours, which means that once you are in the ship, you're gonna spend the next 20 plus hours on that ship enjoying Finnish and Swedish archipelago, some of those bands, drinking booze, buying tax-free stuff, enjoying good food, and all that stuff. Sometimes we, among other metalheads, even take a spa and just relax watching the seaside and, few beers, good talks, and sauna, all that stuff. But of course, since we're here on a metal channel, obviously the thing here is, so what kind of bands they are playing? Now, since we just, as Nightside, signed to Osmos Productions, which we are very happy for, this time I can actually say we're playing with our label mate, Impaled Nazarene. So basically, the headlining acts are Swallow the Sun from Finland, playing their death doom music with a very atmospheric, very thick atmosphere, mind you. And then, of course, Impaled Nazarene, the masters of kind of a cyber punk, black metal, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, they have certainly gone through the cyberpunk eras, and the kind of a punkish, nuclear, whatever goat attitude they have had over the years is, of course, one of those things that really label Impaled Nazarene, setting them apart from a lot of other bands, not only Finnish black metal bands, but in general. So also one of the most early ones among bands like Buried and Archgoat from the very, very early 90s, and as such, one of the, I guess, most internationally known acts coming from Finland when it comes to extreme metal. These two are then accompanied by us, Nightside, playing very Nordic melodic 1990s kind of a black metal, rotten sound, playing politically left-leaning grind, Balance Breach, a rather new metalcore act, and Stereo Terror, which is then again guys DJing their music, so kind of an after party thing. So in essence, what you have is like two bigger names and three smaller ones, plus then this DJ thing. Obviously, all these bands have their respective own websites, subsites here on this very cruise. Taking links out obviously to this kind of Facebook, and I guess they are all Facebook links this. So what do you need to know about these cruises? Just this is the basic things, but this is not just the bands. There is also other forms of entertainment, including some burlesque things. So you will see interesting artists doing their show with, somewhat erotic performances. Not striptease, mind you, but burlesque is its own different thing. What I've also got to see is like they have metal bingo related to things like Numerok Festival. And there has been some other activities. I don't even pretend to know all these different things, but here at least it says it's all burlesque. So this is going under the entertainment. But even if you didn't care any of the bands, any of the burlesque things, or whatever, I think these cruises are always good enjoyment. Why so? Well, who doesn't like to drink good beer? Hands up. And obviously you get to buy some really nice, expensive or cheap ones when it comes to getting your tax-free alcohol, tobacco, candy, or other kind of souvenirs, including whatever, I don't know, clothing, makeup, whatever you are interested in. And of course, there are plenty of good restaurants. So for me personally, it's all about just combining everything. Going to see some good shows, drinking good amount of good alcohol, eating well, seeing those friends, and there you have it. Sometimes it really feels like this kind of a miniature festival with basically 2 evenings, but just one 22-hour set is not just enough. I could easily spend a couple of days on the boat, just, basically taking the time off from the daily lives and daily weekends and whatever. So there is a saying in a way that these kind of cruises between Sweden and Finland are like our Nordic versions of Las Vegas. Whatever happens on those cruises stays on those cruises, for the better or worse. Some people get laid, some just get drunk, and some probably act like decent citizens, but you never know until you go there. Like I said, personally I've always enjoyed these trips so much that even if I wasn't playing there with the band, I would definitely go there once again. And obviously, this is too early to say that certain things will happen, but at least we have agreed to do Impaled Nazarene interview on the boat. Much like this year, 2025 edition, I did interviews with Anal Nathrak and Arcturus. And I'm trying to get something else to do the interview, maybe Rotten Sound, because it's too time to do a new one. After all, the first one was done many, many years ago. Or maybe Swallow the Sun. I don't know yet. We will see about that a little bit later. That won't be known until we're actually on the side of 2026. Now, links are included in the description box, so you can just get your tickets. They're not badly priced by no means. They're relatively cheap, actually. So consider, especially if you are on the southern side of Finland, consider joining in for a cruise. And even if you live in I don't know, Sweden, it's very easy to just jump on the ship from Swedish side of things. As said, links, tickets, whatever information is on the side. And if you want to see something that this has been in previous years, I can link actually some of those walk around videos from previous years, so you get some kind of idea what's it gonna be like. Now, should you have questions or something like to comment about these cruises, let me know and I'll get back to you. Off you go. Bye.